Welcome, subscribers. Going to do a live stream of Curse of the Azure Bonds tonight. I'm going to be transferring my characters from Pool of Radiance since I've completed the game. I did discover, and I had forgotten about this, that you do not transfer items. However, a lot of your stats will transfer, but it does it in a really weird way. Like some stats will transfer based on the items you have equipped. So like if you have gauntlets of ogre power equipped, which give you 1800 strength, you'll transfer without the item, but you'll have 1800 strength. The other weird thing that happens is if you cast the enlarge spell or the strength spell, it will keep your strength high there also. And Bubba has 20 constitution, but only 19 is going to transfer, so it's all over the place. So what I'm doing now is I don't have the enlarge spell, unfortunately, but I do have strength. So I am casting it on some of my party members so that they'll have 1800 strength when I transfer them. I've already done it on those two. So now we're going to do it on Jack, and then we'll do it on my cleric. And the other thing you can do is cast friends to get some extra, what's it called? Charisma. Strength wore off. Okay, hold on. So we're going to memorize friends. Okay. So let's go ahead and cast strength. Cast it on Bubba and Lars. And now we do have time to memorize it again before it wears off. If we go into display, you can see they still have strength. So we'll cast it one more time on Jack and Victor. Oh, it doesn't work on. So Jack's strength only went up. Oh, it maxes out based on your class and your race. That's interesting. So actually, let me see something here. Let's see if I can give this to Victor, because I may be able to get better results. Yeah, okay. So I know what I'm going to do now. We're going to have the cleric have that equipped. And we'll cast it on Dirk since he's a fighter thief. Okay, so the first two have it. Victor has it. Dirk and Jack do not. There we go. Okay, so that is the highest that this elf can have, is 1839 strength. That's kind of weird. The cleric will have 1800. Jack will have 1885. Lars 1800. Bubba 1800. And then we'll also cast friends, which gives 22 charisma, but when she transfers, she'll only have, I think, 18 charisma. But that's still really high. All right. So now we'll quit to DOS, and I'll show you how you copy this to import in. We need to copy these CHR DAT files. So we'll change to our curse folder. We'll go into the save folder, and then we're going to copy from pool rad CHR star dot star to dot. So now they're in this folder. And now we'll go ahead and run Curse of the Azure Bonds. Volume 2. Okay, so we will add a character from Pool, and as you can see, since we put it in the right folder, they show up. So let's add in our save game A, and then we'll take a look at everybody. So his strength transferred, but you'll notice his constitution dropped to 19. Correct strength. Yeah, and see the cleric ended up with 1800, which normally you can't have. And you see he has no items. So that's just really bizarre. And then Sasha has 18 charisma. So instead of transferring with 22, she transfers with 18. So it's kind of quirky. And she still has her 12 hit points. Being a level 6 magic user. Oh, that's so rough. Okay, well, let's save and begin adventuring. You awaken in a small room. Looking around you, you notice that all your gear is gone, as is your memory of recent events. Adding to your disquiet, you notice that your sword arm has somehow been printed with strange patterns. The rest of your party are identically marked. Welcome to the fair city of Tilverton, beams the innkeeper. Then she notices your collective scowls. Please calm down while I explain. You listen and you recorded in journal entry 31. Perhaps the sage will help. You can get weapons from the shop across the way. I probably ought to try to memorize spells, shouldn't I? You do get to keep all your spells, which is good. Of course, we'll be getting Fireball in the beginning here. Hey, Rod. Welcome. How are you doing? Okay, we're going to do plus Cure Light Wounds, Detect Magic, Hold Person, and Silence. Prayer, Dispel Magic, Prayer. Mirror Image could actually be useful because he's a fighter cleric magic user. It's a lot of spells being memorized. I probably should change Bubba over to being a paladin. Or Lars, maybe. Let me see something. paladins with their cure disease ability and aura of protection from evil. And their healing hands really good. I think I have to do it in a training guild though. Which there should be one around here. The street grows narrow and dim here with trash piled in the corners. No, we don't want to go in there. As you're passing through the crowd, you hear, "I swear I heard a woman screaming in the sewers." Yeah, here's the weapons store. We have a selection of the finest Cormier steel. Interested? Yes. Okay. Let's get him a Morning Star. He does 2d4 plus 6. That's pretty sweet. His armor class is lower, so we'll get him a two-handed sword. Oh, great. Okay, glad to hear you're doing well, Rod. Is that CHR file readable by humans, or is it still assembly? Yeah, you can't really read it. It's a binary file. You can see some keywords in it, but in general, it's binary. So you have to use a hex editor to hack away at it. Okay. Cleric, fighter, magic user. Let's do shield, banded, and we'll get him a long sword. There we go. This is our cleric. He can now have a staff sling, which is great. Let's do shield, banded, mace. Seems like there's another type of weapon they can use. I'm trying to remember what it is. Flail. Let's do a flail. I'm not sure if it does any more than the mace or not. And then we'll do a staff sling. 1d6 plus 7. No, so it does the same as the mace. Okay, and then Dirk. This is our fighter thief. So to backstab, he needs a one-handed, I think, sword. I'm not really sure. I think it just has to be a one-handed weapon. Let's get a broadsword. And he has to wear leather. He can use a bow. Okay. And finally, Sasha, let's buy her a bunch of darts. Overloaded, okay. Okay. And we'll do quarterstaff. And she can't do any armor, so. And I'm going to buy Victor some hammers too, so he can throw them from a distance. But if he's in melee range, he can still do it. 6. That should be enough. Okay, excellent. May you always strike true, you move away. The curse. What's your what's your pleasure? Punch the barkeep, have a drink, or leave. Well, that's a pretty funny option. Let's punch the barkeep. Out of all the options to give you just straight away. So what would you like to do in this tavern? Oh, I'll punch the barkeep. That's what I always do. Bar patron. They were allowed in there with their flails. Sounds like the plan to you, right? So what are we going to do today? Let's go punch some people in a bar. And then cast sleep on them. Hi there, CD Bach. How are you doing? He says, Curse of the Azure Bonds. So much better than Pool of Radiance. Good old magic missile. Love that sound effect. There's something rewarding about these sounds. I do miss the sound of the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. The ranged weapons. Here it just goes boo it. 58 whole experience. This isn't going to be magical. It's going to be a waste of time picking this up. The survivors are tossed outside. As you begin to walk out the door, you see a young woman with a purple sash slip in the side door. A few of the other patrons hang back as if to meet her. As you consider your next move, you hear a commotion around the side of the building. Do you go to investigate? Yes. There's nothing here now except for the ornate knife and recorded in your journal entry 17. CD Box says Morning Star, aka the Good Night Star. The Star of Death. That was always one of my favorite weapons in concept. I want to see if there's a training hall around here where I can level up. Because I did have more experience than what you could level up in. Is this a training hall? That's the Sage. As you are passing through the crowds, you hear, I am certain it was a dragon that passed over last night. God help us if there's another flight of the dragons. Yeah, here we go. Training hall. This is where I could change class, I think. Human. Yeah, human change class. Doesn't qualify. Oh, man. I could have my cleric change class, but the problem with that is I'd have to get to level 7 before I could start casting cleric spells again. And he can only change to a fighter or a magic user. That's no good. She can only change to cleric or fighter. Meh. I guess I'm stuck with not having a paladin. That's a bummer. Okay, let's try train. Level 7 cleric. Nice. Level 7 magic user. Nice. Okay, level 4 spell. Usually I go with Ice Storm. Let's see, Charm Monsters is useful. Confusion's useful. A lot of these spells are useful. Fumble, not so much. And Remove Curse and Bestow Curse, definitely not. What horrible level 4 spells. I gotta go with Ice Storm. I always go with that. It goes past mine or Globe of Invulnerability. That's why I get it. Rod said today he thought about playing EVE Online again. You had only 4 hours of playtime in it. So you fired it up, downloaded the updates, and there you're ready to train. Then you realized you didn't remember how anything worked. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, we get another level 2 spell. And Victor gets a level 4 cleric. Nice. I always like poison. Can kill an enemy outright. Cure serious wounds is great too. Neutralize poison is great if you get poison. Sticks to snakes I think is fairly useful too if I remember right. But I'm going to go with poison. Okay. There's a big learning curve for that game, Rod. As you are passing through the crowds, you hear the knives are getting bolder. Something's going to blow. So here's the sage. What's over here? General store. Okay, cool. Good day to you, gentle persons. Do you wish to make a purchase? Yes. Oh, good. They have flasks of oil. It's really good for magic users. Thieves, too. Let's see. Okay, that should be good. Thank you. Return soon. Alright, it's time to go to the next area. So we'll come in here. I am the Sage Filani. You are here about the sigils, correct? Yes. This is an interesting case. I'll do it for half your funds. How much do you have? Tell the truth, lie, or exit. Tell the truth. She talks and you record it in journal entry 38. You move away. I know at some point, I think it's when you approach here maybe? Yeah. You encounter a group of royal guards. They tell you that this way is closed because the royal carriage is coming soon. And they send you back. Here it is. You encounter a group of royal guards. They say, "Make way for the royal carriage." You hear the king's voice coming from the carriage. Suddenly, the sigils on your arm glow brightly. You find yourself unable to resist a compulsion to attack the royal carriage. As the carriage retreats, a young man leans out and croaks, "Don't kill me, I'm not really the king." Then as he spots your blue markings, he faints back, crying, "Oh no, not again." The glow begins to fade. A loud bell starts ringing behind you. The guards rush toward you with swords drawn. Backstab, 27 damage. Sweet. Trying to save my spells. $140. You see beyond the charging guards, two red-robed men jump the carriage. They haul out a thin man and drag him into an alleyway. One calls out, "Do you surrender?" I don't remember if we have to surrender or not. Seems like you have to in order to get underground. I just don't remember. I'll say yes. You're thrown in jail. After a few hours, one wall slides open and a thief appears. He hands you your equipment and signals you to follow him. The man leads you through hidden passages, emerging in a dark underground area. The Thieves' Guild. Before you stands a burly man surrounded by several alert bodyguards. He seems somewhat nervous. You look a little rocky. Care to rest? Yes. Oh, there's the fix command now. Forgot. Oh, it's so nice. Not having to deal with that anymore. Okay, cool. We're done with that. Which way do I want to go? Okay, let's continue. The fire knives have the king's daughter in the hideout, hoping to lure him into a trap. I cannot directly intervene, but I can offer information. Suddenly, the side door explodes inward with a deafening crash. Traitorous scum, hisses a fire knife. Seize them all, he commands his sizable band of thieves. As his men spread out, the guildmaster hurls a poisoned dagger, which catches the fire knife in the throat. His body slumps through the floor, twitching violently. As you prepare to meet an onslaught... we had no time to read it. Armor class 4, 24 hit points. These thieves all look the same. That's going to be confusing. Should we use our fireball? Sure, why not? Oh, that jerk. Don't you know that Sasha only has 12 hit points? Oh, she has a few more now, maybe, because she leveled up. We'll have to see how many she really has. Ha, Jack gets his fireball going. We're going to hit some of the good guys here, but that's okay. See if you can hit him in the back with a staff sling. That'll be funny. Nope. That was good. All right, 1179 experience. Wonder if any of that's magical. Let's see. Detect. No, it's not. I'm kind of surprised I got that much experience then. Normally you don't get much experience for killing enemies. The Guildmaster gasps. On balance, I'd rather be in Yolish. And then he dies. You find information on his body and log it as journal entry 4. Sweet, we're able to rememorize. Here on the table is an open guest book. The last entry reads, O Ruskettle, Bard of the Realms, touch the harp and lose your hand. Okay, that's kind of weird. A stone shatters against the wall near your head. Monkeys and fire knives attack. Gosh, I forgot about these monkeys. That's so weird. And they have a sling. How in the world could a monkey use a sling? I'd like to see that. That is so weird. A monkey using a sling. So at least the sling sound still makes that. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. It's just the bows that just go boot. Oh, so does the, that's funny, the flask of oil makes that sound too. $218 experience, and there's the slings. Let's see if we can rest in here again. Sweet. Gosh, I love that fix command. You're attacked by a Menjure? Oh, what the heck? Monkeys and fighting dogs. I almost hit Sasha when she was in the middle of casting. Oh, the monkey got me. Yeah, CD Bach, that would be frustrating if you had to keep doing the Cure Light Wounds like I did in Pool of Radiance. It takes forever. That fix command was a big improvement. Wow, they have good Thaco. We're gonna knock you down with a fireball, monkeys. Flees in panic, yet it didn't flee. There it goes. Maybe it was stuck. Throwing darts at a dog, that just doesn't seem right, does it? $433 experience. Run, Scooby-Doo, I'm gonna give you a Scooby snack. That's funny. Alright, let's do the fix command again. Okay. I know there's secret doors in this area somewhere. You've come up upon some running thieves. What do you do? Attack, remain calm, flee, remain calm. They yell as they run past. The fire knives are pushing up from the south. They're boiling out of the sewers. Make sure there's no secret doors. It's not. The clang of metal on metal and the growls of animals locked in mortal combat echo through the halls. At the end of the corridor, you see a halfling with a harp dodge into a doorway and disappear. I'm not sure what you mean, Rod. Your entry is greeted by hungry snarls. Fire knife releases the pack. If you turn off your Wi-Fi or data, everyone that sent you a message knows because they know when it got delivered. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, WhatsApp isn't a very good app for privacy and security. You know Facebook owns that app, right? That should tell you something. Okay. This room is littered with gnawed bones and leashes. Yeah, Instagram too, yep. Three main apps for communications owned by the same guy. Yeah. Well, don't use the product then if you're worried about it. Pick. Can't get in this. I'm gonna have to memorize knock, I guess. Ooh, look at this, a mage. 2 mages, wow. I think it's safe to cast here. Oh, it did hit my guys. Okay. Yes, I remember you mentioning that conference. It's always so funny when you just slam on enemies as they run. Yeah. Yep, that is funny that they teach you all the inside scoops that you can do to hack, essentially. Okay, let's learn knock. So we can get in this room. You found the treasure room. Whoa, 3048 experience. Sweet. Potions, dust, ion stone of deep red, magic user scrolls, potion, longsword, banded mail. Excellent. Armor class 3. Class 2, okay, so it's +1 banded mail. That's excellent. Thaco of 13 right now. When I equip this one, it's 12, so that's a +1 longsword. Excellent. Magic user scrolls. Bubba take potions. I don't remember what this deep red does. I'm guessing something with protection from fire, maybe. Dust is probably dust of disappearance. The door is stout enough to hold... Oh, cool. We get a rest in here. Awesome. Oh, wait a minute. I need to memorize read magic. So it's a magic missile, dimension door, cool. Feeble mind, cool. Fear, fire shield, and fumble, nice. We'll scribe all those. Actually, I'm not going to scribe fire shield. I'm going to have my other guy scribe that once he can get level 4 magic spells. We'll hang on to that. Because that's useless for this mage. Wow, she got 4 hit points last time. Instead of 12, she has 16 now. Do I have the manual for this game? Yes, I do, Rod. The physical one? Mm-hmm. Rod says he watched a Capture the Flag live stream the other day, but he didn't understand 80% of what the guy was doing. CD boxes, when you cast Fireball, use the 5 key to center the screen. The 4 corners of the screen and the 1 square just above or below, left or right, box are safe spots for the Fireball. Yeah, that's cool. That's a good way to do it. Hey, John, welcome. Yes, this is the second one. I transferred my characters. How are you doing tonight, John? Okay, we can continue on. Bodies lie twisted about one another, locked in combat until death. Wounded dogs back away from you, growling. Their masters lie dead on the floor. They sure have trained a lot of monkeys. Okay, so he said use the 5 key. It doesn't do anything. I'm hitting the 5 on the number pad. Nothing's happening. So that doesn't seem to work on the PC version CD box. And I tried numlock on, numlock off, and it doesn't matter. I can do center. Center does it. So if we hit C, it'll center it. So let's see. This should be safe because this is 3. 1, 2. Yeah. That right there should be safe. Pretty good. Glad to hear that, John. Just having some tea. Store was out of stock last week, he said. Rod says, oh, that was a PG-13 description. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Rod. Christopher. Hey, Christopher, how you doing? Christopher says missed the earlier one and late here, sadly. Well, you may be a little late, but I'm not too far into it yet. I spent probably 20 minutes on the transferring and monkeying around with that. Oh, hey, Sir Percival. Cool. How are you doing? Glad you guys made it. Nope, don't need any of that stuff. Okay, let's go back resting in here. Lying in a pool of blood is a young woman in a green robe. Near her is a broken staff, surmounted by a hand with a mouth for a palm and a piece of paper. The paper reads, "Keep watch on the chosen ones." You're tired, Sir Percival, huh? Rod says he was talking about the you encounter multiple twisted bodies. Oh, okay, I see. No, probably not. I think they're referring to the fact that, you know, they're just trying to give the vision of these dead bodies laying there without actually saying that. You saw the new website for Fortiverse character stats. Cool. Yeah, I added them to the main page. Rod says he watched a documentary on D&D and how parents... Yeah, how they thought it was satanic and stuff. Oh, it was so dumb. Yeah, that was one of those things in the 80s, at least here in the United States, where there was paranoia and hype that was completely misunderstood. That kind of stuff drives me nuts. You see a number of cages that once held monkeys. Okay, so that was a dead end. Another dead end. Seems like there's a secret door somewhere. Well, this is where the thief went anyway, so we're just following him through. Sir Percival says, thankfully that had largely died when he got into D&D. CD Box says, D&D is evil, but violent movies, that's perfectly okay. Christopher says, same sort of people said Pokemon was satanic and morons. Rod says he doesn't think D&D got hit that much because of that, though. I guess they sold more copies due to everyone and wanting to know what the problem was about. Sir Percival says more like gamers just ignored the paranoia. Well, that's what it seemed like to me. Yeah, definitely. I think so. It was just a few, extremists, I think, getting all upset about it. I don't think it was the norm. You know how the media sometimes will report things, trying to make a big deal out of things just because it sells. Back then, that was their way of selling a lot of stuff. What'd that say? Disappeared. It said something about green slits or something. Have I been in that room? Let me double check, make sure I'm not missing a room. Yeah, okay, I have. You are entering the foul-smelling, slime-covered sewers of Tilverton. Because of the slippery footing and low ceiling, it is apparent that fighting will be awkward. Okay, that doesn't sound good. John says they had a Tom Hanks movie where they go crazy role playing. That's funny. Mazes and Monsters. I haven't seen it either. You still hear the occasional sounds of battle echoing from the guild hall. A piece of paper pokes above the muck here. A tattered green robe lies trampled in the muck. You hear the shuffling of large feet, but can't locate the direction because of the echoes. I think we fight what are they called? Odioaks here? Somewhere in there there's Odioaks. Stuffed in a crevice here are slain bodies of 2 red-robed assassins. It would take something powerful to have lodged them so tightly. The remains of a body is here. An arm is marked with defective versions of the sigils on your arm. Let me make sure that can't go south here anymore. It's a checkpoint. We don't want to go through that. Rats the size of large dogs rush away at your approach. Pieces of troll lie strewn about here. Watch the pieces. You know they'll come alive if you do that because they regenerate, so we want to burn them. You quickly sear the pieces into inactivity. Okay, nothing else here. So we'll go south. You spot something flapping on the ceiling. To tell what it is, someone will need to climb up. Does anyone want to? Yes. The thief retrieves a swatch of cloth from the ceiling, sealed trap door. The door was too well jammed to open. The scent of a tavern wafts down through the door. You recognize the cloth as being the same as the dress worn by the woman who disappeared from the bar. Oh, that's cool. I did not know that. There's the checkpoint. So we came out the bottom of it. Hey, DK Khan, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. What is M&M for a TV movie? Okay, that's the same room. Here we go. Odioaks. A terrible stench assaults your senses as you enter this room. From particularly nasty pile comes a pack of Odeok. I always thought these were kind of cool, these creatures. What's ironic is Stinking Cloud works on them. That should not happen. Because they're like always around. Terrible stench. They got a lot of attacks. Oh, you think he had a heat stroke, Rod? Yeah, it's a really cool sprite, isn't it? Wow, that nausea wore off on it pretty quickly. Yeah, they are cool monsters. Hey, Gauntlet, welcome. How are you doing this evening? Yeah, stinking up the AI. These things should be immune to stink. They live around it. Surrendered. I don't know how these creatures could surrender. With the monster defeated, this looks like a safe place to rest. Thank goodness. Because that was... took some damage there. You see a scrap of purple cloth clinging to the bottom south of the door hinge. Okay. I need to always go right. I know this is the one room. We're going to follow the trick of always going right. Here at a checkpoint, the fire knives demand your immediate surrender. No, we don't surrender. Who do they think they are? Gauntlet says the purple cloth belongs to the jogger in that other RPG. The Crystallis. You're watching a movie and taking a course. Then you saw the stream. Wow, that is some multitasking. Hang on 1 second, guys. Take a real quick break. Okay, we're back. Uh, so Sir Percival, did those descriptions on the Fortiverse website about the attributes help you at all? I know they're not super specific, because I don't really like to make things very, very specific. Plus, it's going to end up changing somewhat. I mean, the concept will stay about the same, but I like some people to be able to figure out the formulas themselves, doing calculations, because some people like doing that. And I really didn't want to take that away from them. Okay, good. Glad it really helped. Oh, yeah. Rod, talking about what we talked about earlier in the stream. Let's see here. You quickly hide their bodies. Okay, now that I know where I'm at, let's see, it said to the south was a checkpoint. So I want to go this way. We're going to always go right this way. Burnt into the wall here is the symbol of a hand with a mouth for a palm. The faint stench of decayed flesh seems to hang here. I'm going to go in this door just to peek. Ooh. Trolls. Some trolls are sitting on a small tussock, tossing hunks of meat to the wallowing crocodiles. They turn to you, another pile of meat, and so soon. Pile of meat. Ugh. That's not good. I wonder if poison works on trolls. I'm pretty sure it does. Question is, will they interrupt me before I'm able to cast it? Here goes. Yes! I just killed a troll with poison. That's fun. So Percival says he just wanted to get a sense of what all the attributes were since there are so many. So it's a lot to keep track of. Yeah. Rod says to that you have to add diseases and conditions if you remember correctly from one of the first videos. Oh gosh, yeah, there's a ton of conditions. Way more than any game that I know of. Tons of resistances. That's for much later to describe all those. They do have a hierarchy to them though, so that'll make it a lot easier to display. This is good, I think. Yeah, this will be a great spot. Yeah, it's going to be complex, Rod. I love complexity. Troll says, well, hello, D4T, my good man. Guess not. Are there monsters that can talk in this game? Yeah, the trolls just did. How many are left? I guess it's worth a fireball because I'm going to rest anyway afterwards. Right there. That should hit everything. Do one more. Those are big creatures because they use 2 tiles. They are big boned. Indeed. 790 experience. You should get a lot more than that. With the monsters defeated, this looks like a safe place to rest. Perfect. We needed to get our fireball going again. And poison. Okay, so let's go right again. You hear a sound suddenly cut off to the south and west. Well, what do you know? I was going to go that way anyway. Secret door. Welcome to the secret training hall. Wow, would you care to train? Yes. Sweet. Ah, that's right. I lost half my money. Well, I'll just do it one at a time. I don't think you can appraise here, can you? No, it has to be a shop, I guess. Ooh, level 6 magic user. Nice. Awesome. Question is, what are we going to get? That's a tough one. CD Box has a room full of sewage and water after trolls and gators use as a bathroom. Perfect place to rest. Yeah, really. Rule number 1, there's no Fight Club, Gauntlet says. Rod's question is, how the hell do you sleep smelling that? Yeah. Okay, well, protection from normal misses is cool, but it only works on one party member. I guess that would be good to cast on the mage since he's such a weakling. The invisibility is really good too, though. That would affect the whole party. Let's do that. Level 8 cleric, yes. Man, I'm almost completely out of money. Level 8 magic user, wow. She was close to level 8 already, I guess. Transferring. Man. Charm monsters is pretty cool. So is confusion and minor globe of invulnerability. I think I'm going to get minor globe. Sir Percival says in a tabletop game, Leomund's secure shelter or tiny hut would do in a pinch. Yeah, exactly. Gauntlet says protection from good evil seems like it needs some work since it can be a perspective thing. Yeah, it's so situational. Plus, it's not even that great. Yeah, there's a lot of things in D&D that spell-wise doesn't make sense and it's not balanced at all. Like Magic Missile, how it keeps getting stronger as you level up and it never misses. It's a level 1 spell. Yeah, they did not balance things very well. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and memorize that in case we need it at some point. And another fireball. Victor can get another poison now. Or we could do sticks to snakes. Or cure serious wounds. Let's do cure serious wounds. It'll make the fix command faster. And spell magic. And then we'll have him get invisibility. 10-foot radius. So there is another door on this. Let me just explore this for a second. Found a secret door to the south. Entering the hideout. Ah, okay. So this was the secret door I was thinking of. Wow. Where's the exit? There it is. Okay, so it was to the east before. So we want to go right. Here lies the slaughtered remains of a fire knife checkout. Oh, that guy's armor is cool looking. Like that. As you cautiously look it over, a man steps out of the shadows. He holds a sword and wears the livery of the Knights of Mithranor. You bear blue tattoo markings of the fire knives, yet I have heard rumors that the accursed flamed one was using such things to control people. To whom do you owe allegiance? Cash. I guess we'll say the princess, even though really technically we don't. He laughs. That princess is a popular girl. Well, continue south and don't kill the cleric with a hammer. He's trying to rescue her as well. He lets you pass. Okay. I don't know why he said that about don't kill him with a hammer. Gauntlet says, how does minor invulnerability work? Yeah, you're invulnerable, but not to that much. Yeah, it protects you from level 3 and below spells, including Magic Missile. Sir Percival says he likes how Magic Missile grows in power as the caster does, but yes, it needs some nerfing. Yeah, I don't mind at all low-level spells increasing with power as you level up. I think that's a good thing, like how Wizardry does it, where you can choose the power level. You, as the player, select the power level. So you can still cast it at power level 1, or you cast power level 5 if you want. What I don't like in D&D is it automatically gets stronger, yet it still requires the same number of magic points because you only memorize. And compared to like Burning Hands and Shocking Grasp, which are the same level, those are garbage compared to it. So that's why I say the balancing is terrible. If anything, just balance all the spells so they all get stronger as you level up. But they didn't do that. It's just, nobody's going to pick Burning Hands or Shocking Grasp. It never happens. It's just goofy. You see the remains of a fire knife checkpoint. Only the fire knives among the bodies. This is not where I came in. I wonder if I have to go back in here. It won't let me see the area. So maybe you do have to come back in this way. I just don't remember. Oh, they're out of range. Fireball's range is huge. Hey, Saztam, welcome. How are you doing? Rod says, wouldn't minor invulnerability be resistance to? Well, technically you are invulnerable to those spells. You're just not invulnerable to every type of attack. If anything, they should call it maybe like, well, I mean, it makes sense. Because resistance can mean different things. Resistance doesn't imply immunity. It could imply, you just take partial damage or it works partially. That's my take on it, at least. So I don't really have a beef with that. Within the room are 2 rows of shrouded bodies. At the head of each row is a sign. One reads to be raised, the other to be buried. From somewhere nearby you hear a panicked voice. I went to get Kybor to interrogate the prisoner. His whole place was incinerated. This place must be cursed. You finally got checked into your hotel. Oh, that's cool, Saztam. Yeah, it is limited invulnerability. You're right, but they say minor. So minor does imply that, it's not all-encompassing. This dark and smoky room is adorned with all forms of torture implements. Now, to play devil's advocate, the next spell at the next level is called Globe of Invulnerability. And it's level 4 spells and below. It's not all spells. So they weren't consistent. On a rack in the middle of the room is a well-muscled middle-aged man. Around him are fire knives or working equipment. The assassins are engrossed in their task and seem unaware of you. What do? It's going to attack, of course. Now I'm within range to cast Hold Person. I'm going to target these in the back so they can't shoot their bows. Yeah, I agree, Sir Percival. If you have a minor version, there should be a major version at some point. Yeah, that makes the most sense. We're going to do a backstab here, since we just attacked him. If I can reach. Oh, he must have attacked him after I attacked him. The backstab's a little weird how it works in this game. You release the man from the rack, and he collapses to the floor. He has suffered very badly at the hands of the fire knives. He whispers, "Don't worry about me. Rescue Nasia. She's in here somewhere." He refuses all offers of assistance, insisting that you save all your energy for the rescue. All he'll accept is his hammer that was leaning against the rack. He insists you go on without him. Okay. Yeah, that could be another name, Rod. That one's helpless. Oh, gonna pay for that. These guys seem to have pretty good saving throws. You would love to have a spell that is called "Don't try this at home" or "Do not cast without a patron supervision." Yeah, see, Bach, there is a Globe of Invulnerability. I think it's a level, yeah, level 5 or 6 spell. I think it's 5 because it protects from level 4 and below. Your mail is slowed down and you keep getting orders delayed, Gauntlet. Sadstam says the Ultimas had an Armageddon spell you could cast that would kill all of the NPCs in the game. Yeah, I remember that spell. You got it from the Wisps, didn't you? If you're talking about like Ultima 6. At least that's what I think I remember. Yeah, you make the game unwinnable. Yeah. That's pretty weird, isn't it? Oh, doggone it. These things are such a pain in the butt. I can't reach. I can cast Bless. Oh, it doesn't kill Lord British. I don't think I ever used it. I just remember getting it from the Wisps. Out of magic missiles. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Against the wall here, you see a stuffed figure of King Azun. It shows the marks of innumerable knife tosses. Ah, tedious. should be able to backstab now. Nope. He got his attack in before I could backstab him. There we go, now you get it. I should have got a backstab there. Room seems to be used for storage. As you poke around, you discover a set of tables fitted with straps and some intricate tools. The tip of one has a bluish hue that matches your sigils. Sigils? I don't know how to pronounce that. Checkpoint. Found the armory. Large metal box. Do you open it? Yes, of course we do. Oh, cool. That's probably a necklace of missiles. Let's do detect. Oh, an elven chainmail. Actually, my thief can use that and still backstab. That's the one exception kind of armor they can wear. Magic longsword. Bracers, awesome. Mace and flail. Sweet. That was a longsword +1. Take of 10. Take of 8. Ooh, this is a flail +2. He already had a magic one. Take of 15. Hold on. 13. With the mace, it's 11. So that's a mace +2. And then equip that. So his armor class with leather was 4. And it's 1 with the elven chainmail. Nice. Armor class is 7. With the bracers, it's 7. What? Oh, it's cursed. That's funny. Okay, what am I missing? So Percival said, did anyone ever create their own homebrew campaign spells or have a spellcaster PC create their own spells? Are you talking about in Dungeons and Dragons? Or in any kind of tabletop game? Percy says he pronounces it Sigil. Sigil. Do you know for sure that's how it's pronounced? I mean, I think, if I remember right, you're a writer, so I'm sure you know what you're doing. Rod says he hasn't played with other people, just his own reading the manuals, but he'd love to have custom spells if the players come up with a good background story. Okay. Thaco of 14, Thaco of 10? That's a +4 longsword. Unless, because he's elf, he gets a bonus with the longsword too. That may be true. I don't know if elves get bonuses with broadswords. It might only be longswords. But that's awesome. That was a huge Thaco drop. Okay. Echoing through the silent corridors comes an angry voice. Kybor's dead? Well, you were supposed to guard him, so you get the honor of killing Vangardast instead. The room has been converted to a hospital. Wounded fire knives lie moaning in their beds. Those that can rush out through the West Hall. You realize that the rest are harmless. Passing through, you hear various mutterings, and you record it in entry 27. Okay, so we can probably rest here is my guess. Alright, we'll go kill this checkpoint. You were thinking of D&D, yes, but it could be any tabletop. In D&D, no. I was the dungeon master, and I never had anybody request to make their own spells. And then, of course, I made my own role-playing system, so yeah, I made, every spell was from scratch. Christopher says he played Fate a few times, and you can create your own spells and abilities. In that system, it works really well. Everyone at the table has a say in the process. That's very nice. D&D is a dicey sludge fest. Fire knives, no, we're not surrendering. Let's go ahead and use the sword. His chance to hit so high. Okay. Oh, nice. I think we made it to the right area. You meet the leader of the Fire Knives. With a sinister sneer, he speaks, and you recorded in entry 11. This would have been a good time to cast our prep spells. Let me do that. Let's cast our prep spells before we go in there. Rod says, Daryl, have you checked the Spellmaker system used in Elder Scrolls Arena? No, I have not. Sometimes I like to not look at other things at first when I'm trying to do something new, because I feel like it jades my perspective. And I like to come up with my own ideas first, because then I can kind of think outside the box. And then, after I've exhausted all what I try to come up with, Then sometimes I go back and look at things, and then it'll give me some other ideas. But that's generally how I like to try to do things. Sir Percival says he tried to reproduce the final rest spell from Betrayal at Condor to prevent undead beings which could continually return from doing so, but he later discovered a D&D spell called Gentle Repose. Ah, okay. Rod says you could combine multiple effects if you wanted and how many rounds you want the spell to last. Cost was calculated based on that. You loved abusing it. Christopher says 12 hit point mage still making themselves useful. Yeah, she's got 19 hit points now. Oops, I loaded the wrong one. Doggone it. You can't just load, you have to exit. That's a bad design. Yeah. Yeah, the way Forteverse works is a spell has one or more magical effects. And the magical effects are really what a spell uses. And so magical effects can be not just for spells, but they can happen from items or, triggers can fire magical effects. So like a trap could potentially do a magical effect, but it's not really a spell. So spell is typically one magical effect, but it might have, several, and they can be combined. So it sounds kind of similar. And the Arcanist will be able to create spells based on those magical effects. And I'll control what kinds of effects you can use based on your level and your arcane skill for the Arcanist. But there's going to be unique items that sometimes have magical effects that are unique to an item only, and the spell doesn't really exist. So a spell is kind of a way of naming like a combination or an aggregate of magical effects. Like I said, most of them just have one magical effect. And all the range, the damage, ranges, the target types, all that stuff is on the effect, not the spell. So you could do some weird things like have a spell that heals a guy next to you, at the same time shoots a missile over here, and then at the same time blesses everyone. You could do some really weird stuff. I just went back in here because I'm trying to multitask, and I didn't cast my protection spells. Oh, that was a fail. I need to quit blabbing so much. Just get on with it. You guys ever seen a show called Are You Being Served? I think Christopher, you've seen it, right? Like was it you who liked Open All Hours, but you didn't like, or was that Ilker who liked Open All Hours but not Are You Being Served? Okay, it was you, Christopher. So there's a saying that Mrs. Slocum in Are You Being Served said all the time, and it was, "Oh, get on with it." And so every time I mess up or do something like that, that's what I think of. Okay, so we're going to cast Minor Globe Invulnerability. Let's cast Prayer. We'll do a Bless. And then we'll do Invisibility. 10-foot radius. Oh, and Mirror Image, why not? Man, we're going to have all kinds of awesome effects there. This will be fun. Sir Percival hasn't seen Are You Being Served? It's a British comedy from the 70s and early 80s. I think it was on 10 years, 11 years. It was on a long time. Gauntlet says z:\blab.exe. Open All Hours is your favorite, Christopher? Yeah, that's a funny show. I don't know, Rod. It depends on your humor. Like, my wife has seen it, and she doesn't find Are You Being Served funny at all. Like, it's a British sense of humor that is kind of dry, and they have a lot of sexual innuendo and just goofiness too. I mean, Open All Hours is the same way, with a lot of sexual innuendos and goofiness and things. It's just a little bit different, not quite as immature. So I just don't know if you'd like it or not. I mean, it had to grow on me. When I first watched it, I didn't really find it that funny. And then the more I watched it, I figured, man, this is a lot funnier than what I thought it was. So I don't know. Wow. Man, Sasha taking a beating here. Okay. Let's do hold person. I'm on a fireball. Ah, he's injured. He can't cast fireball. Oh well. Let's paralyze these. God says, one day, lad, all this will be yours. What the curtains. Yeah, so that's a reference, I guess, to Open All Hours. That's pretty funny. I'm going to cast this magic missile so I can hit this mage from the scroll since I got interrupted. Man, they have good Thaco. Ah, Sasha. Well, at least I can move him closer and hit some of them. I'm going to move her out of range for now. She's just getting her butt kicked. Rod says one show he liked and his family didn't is The Good Place. Yeah, I remember watching a few of those. That was with Ted Danson, right? Gauntlet says Mighty Python, The Holy Grail. Now that's really goofy. Like that's, on the level of absurd comedy. And so that's quite a bit different than Are You Being Served? It's got a lot of slapstick stuff too, but there are some really funny moments too in Monty Python. But yeah, totally different kind of humor. Ah, lost my spell. And Saztam's favorite British show is the IT Crowd. Yeah, I found the IT Crowd really funny too. Now I could relate to it being a software developer, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it for me, but my wife liked that too, but she was in IT too. So maybe that's why she liked it. Oh, Stinking Cloud. Wow. If he doesn't kill me with one hit here real quick, I'll have to cast Dispel Magic. Let's move way back here and cast Fireball. So that's not safe. I'll hit him. Let's go right here. Actually, this will be good. This will be safe. This is Jen. This Jen is the internet. Yeah, that was a funny moment. What makes that so funny is, unfortunately, there are people you could fool like that. Some managers that are, like project managers of a software, they would have no idea. No, I never saw Peep Show. Parks and Recreation, yeah, that's pretty funny. That's definitely dry humor. So if you like Parks and Recreation, I would think you like Are You Being Served? Let's cast an Ice Storm. It's got a smaller area. Nice. I think the cleric is going to survive. $6,700 experience. There's got to be some magic in here. Oh, well, that's why. All that money. Oh, there are a couple magic items. A long sword and a short sword. Cool. Now that the fire knives have been defeated, the princess threatens the leader. And you recorded in your journal entry 54. Yeah, I like keeping up appearances too, Christopher. I never could get into Only Fools and Horses. And I've never seen Red Dwarf. And your mom can't get into that kind of humor, Rod. I think that's pretty typical. I feel like it's more guy humor. There is a journal, but it's a physical journal gauntlet. The Gold Box games didn't include the journal entries because it took up disk space. And so they actually printed a book that you had to look in. Red Dwarf is amazing. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, you're right, C. Bach. Sometimes I don't keep all the money. But I'm so broke right now that I wanted to keep it. I do check my encumbrance periodically, and if I start getting overloaded, then I start dumping some of the money. Okay, just as you set about freeing Gayagi, the room shakes. On the first night outside the city, you are all overcome by a strange lethargy. Even the watch drifts off. Then, without warning, you are gripped in a vivid dream. I remember this graphic. 4 faces leer down at you, contemptuous of your success. A dark and foreboding voice intones. The first and weakest of your masters has fallen. Now your feet are set on the path to servitude. You shall serve each of us in turn through the spirit rebels, the wizard in red, the woman in green, and the lord of the black. Finally, your souls quenched, you shall be pawns of the flamed one. The faces laugh with evil joy. The dream fades and you awaken a cold sweat. Yes, no more linear. We have broken out of the linear part of Curse. Edge of Tilverton. Do you want to enter? Journey on camp. Let's enter. Pfft, that's funny. So you try to enter and it says guards barred away. Alright, let's camp then. Alright, so let's journey on. Dagger Falls. Trail or wilderness? We'll do trail. Oh, so we're fighting something. What is it? Displacer beasts. These are a pain. How far was that? 20? That's about as good as I can get it anyway. For tomorrow you sail for Dagger Falls. Yeah, we sure are. Have a good one, Rod. We'll see you later. The displacer beasts are wearing collars. Nearby is a dark elf who has been slain by the beasts. The innkeeper tells you that the elf arrived some days ago. In his room is a letter he recorded, entry 58. You're at the edge of Dagger Falls. We're going to enter the city. Let's go to the inn. Don't think much of Zeno Keepers. The barn's the best you'll get. door. Now we can identify this stuff. Oh, sword plus 1 flame tongue. Cool. Short sword plus 2. That might be good for my thief. Yep. I wish I knew what this did. Longsword plus 3 Frostbrand. That's cool. Christopher says he doesn't even own a television anymore. He hasn't in a decade. He has a Roku and a projector. Ah, okay. You watch history stuff, dumb horror movies, and old TV shows. So what kind of horror movies do you consider dumb, Christopher? Ever play Ryzen? I haven't. Christopher says he'd rather sit with a board game or play some retro stuff on your Raspberry Pi. Today you've been playing Ark. Oh, that is a necklace of missiles. Nice. So how do I get rid of this? I guess I have to go to a temple. Alright, let's see if I can redistribute here. Flail plus 2, that's a good one. Okay. So yeah, I have about as good as I can get. This is all just normal junk. Check my movement rate. Looks pretty good. Hers is too high. Too low, I mean. There we go. Well, I guess let's go to the inn again. Save it. And then go to the bar. You are in a small ale shop. What will you do? Have a drink. Beer, ale, port, mead, or whiskey. Let's do mead. Patrons become surly. The bartender suggests you leave. No, we're not leaving. We're going to fight. And somehow we're outside. And there's no bar in sight. Christopher says he's particularly fond of B-grade horror slasher flicks. The worse the better. Sometimes you find a real gem. Usually you laugh at how badly it's done. Okay, do you have any examples? Like, are you talking about like trauma type grade B? You know, the studio trauma? Or not that cheesy like... Because I've seen tons of horror movies. I'm just curious what you consider really cheesy. Yeah, an outdoor bar. CD Bach, first time picking it up in the game without having a manual. Necklace of missiles, cool. They fire magic missiles, right? Boom. Oh, fireballs. Yeah, it shoots fireballs. They're awesome, and any class can use it, which is cool. Like fighters can use it. Sir Percival likes cheesy fantasy, sci-fi, historical drama, and some romance B films. Christopher says trauma films are brilliantly bad. He means little cheaply made indie horror movies that have no business existing. Ah, okay. Have you seen one? I'm sure you've probably seen Dale and Tucker versus Evil, right, Christopher? Like, is that the kind you're talking about? You also enjoy those mockbusters cranked out by Asylum. Those are fun, bad but fun. Like a Vikings television show you find hilarious, Sir Percival says. Dale and Tucker versus Evil is a proper good movie. Okay. So you don't consider that one cheesy then? Ooh, I'm going wrong direction. Okay, so now it shows this map and it says you're in a small ale shop. That's really weird. That's so strange. Okay. Well, let's just do a fix here. Gauntlet says he likes an occasional Asylum. Christopher says, no, that's just a horror comedy and well done. Gauntlet says, meh. Christopher spent about 8 years collecting all the video nasties horror slasher films banned in the UK as obscene. A lot of those are just unredeemable trash. Sir Percival's not really into horror personally. Horror he mostly finds depressing, though he likes some films. He also watched some Korean horror films and liked it a bit, as the whole aesthetic is different. Yeah, I really like Dario Argento's first movies. He's an Italian horror movie director, like Suspiria and the original Suspiria, not the remake. And he made all kinds of good ones. Inferno. What was the other one? Where the girl communicated with insects. Phenomenon. Not the one with John Travolta. I think that was Phenomena. Totally different movie. But I liked his. And then Fulci. think that's how you pronounce it. He's got some really cool horror movies. That's why I was asking what you thought was cheesy, because some people might consider some of those really cheesy. But to me, I really enjoyed them. Okay, we're done with this area. Let's see. Journey on. Shadowdale or Teshwave? How do we get to Shadowdale? Trail or wilderness? Try wilderness. Amidst the fields of Daggerdale, you find a huge footprint leading toward a small farm. In the rays of the setting sun, you see the silhouettes of giants. Let's rescue. Christopher says Argento is so bad he's good. Several of his are banned on the ban list. And then Fulci's zombie movies are great, he says. And those are cheesy but good in some other way. Yeah, like City of the Living Dead. That's one that comes to my mind. So you say stuff like Cannibal Holocaust, yeah. Possession, Boogeyman, Unhinged, and Cannibal Ferox. I know I've seen Cannibal Holocaust. I don't know if I've seen any of those others. Let's see how far away these are. Ooh, 70 hit point Ettins. Wow. They're far away, so I think I'm going to do a delay. Let them get closer. Now they're within about 14. Let's see, if I get too close, I'll get poison. To cast poison, he'll hit me. So let's delay. We'll have Lars take the hit. There we go. Let's see if we can backstab him. Oh, didn't work. Okay, let's try poison. Didn't work. Yeah, Phenomena was released as Creepers somewhere else. You're right. Yeah, that's what I like about Argento's movies, actually, is they're so strange with those scenes strung together, like you said, that it makes it very intriguing to me. I like very strange movies where you have to use your imagination a lot to figure out, like, did I just see that? And what the heck's going on with that? His dialogue's pretty weird and inconsistent, too. Like, some of the things the characters will say, it's like really bizarre. But I like that kind of stuff. It'd be good to have a ranger in the party right now. Man, these guys are doing some damage. It's going to be time for some stinking cloud. Let's see, where should I position? Sleep won't work. None of those will work. I guess I'll do a fireball. Oh, I forgot it only hits 2 squares outside. Whoops. Man, their Thaco is low. Cure Series wounds healed 8 hit points. That's lame. Your favorite movie of all time, and it's not a cheesy one, but strange, is Valhalla Rising. One of the rare times you can point the view. Oh, the viewpoint is a character. Shining is another, has the same effect. Kubrick made magic with a few movies, his ruthless approach to movies. Shining had more artistry. Yeah, I've read the book The Shining, and the movie is better than the book. And usually it's the opposite. So I definitely agree with that. He did an amazing job. I like most of his movies, though. Like, 2001. It's excellent. It's got a lot of strangeness to it. I don't know how much... Well, I did read the book. It actually is quite a bit like the book. But yeah, The Shining, the original movie is really good. They did that made-for-TV series, which is exactly like the book. And it's just cheesier. So yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I want the games to be hard. Man, they just really beat me. The farmer's family comes up and thanks you heartily. You're invited in. Enjoy the first home-cooked meal in many days. Okay, let's enter the city because we're going to have to rest. There, finally a temple. Hopefully we can uncurse. Must be unreadied. Okay, let's see, heal. Is there a way to uncurse this? There it is, remove curse. Actually, I have that spell, now that I think about it. Let me go to the end. I should be able to memorize it. It's a level 3. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I didn't see the new It movies. Okay, Sir Percival, have a good evening. Thanks for stopping by. to see what these are. Brazier's Armor Class 10. That's pretty funny. Nothing magical. Training Hall. Level 7 Fighter. Level 8 Thief. Cool. Tim Curry's Pennywise from the TV miniseries was creepy. I think I've seen that. That's the one where, was it called Master of Horrors? And that was just one of the episodes or whatever. Can't remember. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it quits here in a second, guys. Just don't qualify to dual class. Attributes are too low to do the Paladin or Ranger. No, it was called It, just a 4-part miniseries. Oh, okay. Alright, guys. Well, that was a lot of fun. We made a lot of progress. Thanks for the chat, as always. And hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.